Okay, so I've came to a bit of a partial decision. Rasmus Elm, I'm going to hold fire on. He's a very good player, and it's a very good deal. But for now, I'm going to hold fire on. Victor Ruiz, I don't know. I said I'd come to a decision. Bojan, 18 million seems very hefty, but he's one of these players that will exceed potential on career mode. Now, there's certain players that for some reason do really well on career mode. Players like, for some reason, on off days, on random career modes like Niang on Dox's career mode, he exceeded his potential, he was awesome. Bojan, I believe, is one of those players. Plus, I'd also forgot that we needed a winger. Bojan, guess where he can play? On the wing. Again, I said we needed a winger. We don't really need a winger, it's just all our wingers are very average now. They're like 72 rated, sub-wise anyway. Our first team wingers, though, are good. We've got Moy Gomez and, I mean, we've got two cams now, Jonathan Dos Santos and Bojan Kirkic, who can play as wingers. So Bojan, it's a very big fee, and I'm not really sure whether I would like to pay that much, but he's coming to the club. Ruiz, I'm going to hold fire on. Elm, I'm going to hold fire on because I would like to bring in one of the other players. What is it, Gaish and or Medel, and then Romero. Why is he tired? Why is Romero tired? I'm not really sure. Where is Bojan? Yeah, there he is. So I would like to line out some of these guys. They're not really getting any offers yet. Bojan, 80 rated, which means it is a starting rating, unfortunately. But he's on his way into the squad, which is really nice. 80 rated. Yeah, jumping's bad. Yeah, strength is really poor. Stamina's not amazing. But I like him. I've always liked him ever since he was a very young player. I've always liked him. He's 24 now. After 2 million for him, I think that's a reasonable counter offer. Oh my god, he's accepted. It would put me only on 14 million though. What do I do? I don't really think, not yet. I don't think just yet. Maybe in the future when we need a striker. But Simon Romero, I haven't even tried the goddamn guy yet. We could actually bring Dos Santos back to the club for 30 million. He could be back. He could actually be back if I click that button right now. But it means we wouldn't be able to afford all our other signings. Then again, is there really many other signings we want to make? We've got left backs. And we're after Kolasinac. We've sort of pulled out of the Jordi Alba deal because it's 23 million for him. We've got CDM, which will cost 10 million max, and maybe another centre back, you see. So maybe Dos Santos isn't really the right man. Now Rafinha was, of course, that player that I was going to get if Bojan fell through. Bojan didn't fall through, and again, transfer offer accepted for Carvajal. Don't need him anymore. So we don't need him. Now, Jordi Alba, you see, not getting Dos Santos, does that mean an opportunity arises to sort of put in an offer for Jordi Alba? Now, if I put in 21.5 million, it's quite a lot, but he's 82 rated. You know, he's a very good player, and he is really, left back is the player that I need more than right back. Okay, Piqué's out of the question. We was on the edge of getting Gerard Piqué. 9 million plus Musashi, I'd have accepted that. We were very close to getting him. That was an awesome deal, you know. 9 million plus an 82 rated player who could have got an 87 one. Technically, I'd have only paid 9 million. And yes, it's for Musashio, but Musashio is a player who we already had in the squad. We didn't have to pay anything for him. He was already in the squad. So technically, I was paying 9 million for an 87 rated player. And if you want to get technical, then yes, technically, we was paying 9 million for a 5 rated player because the difference between Musashio's rating was 5. But Piqué we're just not going to be able to afford now. And even if we were, I probably wouldn't accept him for 39.5 million. It's just too much. 32 million, that's 5 million more than what we was originally going to pay, which means we'd have been paying 14 million, which would still been a good deal, I suppose. So, see how that happens. Now, 8.5 million plus Bruno. It actually increases our wage by around 5,000. Gaish or Rasmus Elm. 38.5 million plus 187 on the wage. 35.5 million. One minute. Why is 252,000? It's because we've got Bruno in the deal, isn't it? So actually, technically, because we've got Bruno in the deal, the wage actually makes the value of Geish cheaper than the value of Elm. Although technically the value of Bruno reduces that cheapness, so it levels itself out. We are technically paying that much, but you know what? Elm, you're a good Swedish bloke, but I'm going to bring in a big old German because it just, you know, a big friendly German, you can't go wrong. Now Victor Ruiz, we've got the option of buying him, or we can splash the cash on Giovanni Dos Santos, or we can splash the cash on, of course, Gerard Piqué over Victor Ruiz and over Gabriel. Seeing what happens here, we'll find out whether we're going to do that. Okay, transfer offer for Alfonso. Season loan, which means maybe the game's worked out that the loans aren't actually loans yet. 1.6 million for Chani. Go ahead and take him. If we go ahead and just, you know, this is just me sorting out my squad, trying to get all organised. He's an 80 rated player, you know. He's a good old decent player. Trigueros doesn't really grow. Pina's reached his full potential already. We've got Geish and Schneiderlin set up in the centre mid. Very similar players, which isn't always preferable. Again, Kolasinac has declined. Is it a squad role that he wants? No, he just wants more money. So let's go ahead and offer him 50,000 goddamn pounds a week. For God's sake, mate. You're like, how old? 19, 18? We're dealing with Gabriel or Victor Ruiz. I'm sort of sliding towards Victor Ruiz for some reason. But I'm just going to hold fire because we have a decent amount of money to deal with to try and persuade Piqué to come here. Maybe Piqué's that big 87 rated solid signing that we need to really push our squad forward to Champions League glory. It would also, of course, take a player off one of our rivals. Bruno Martins Indy. Yo, this guy isn't bad. 23 years old, from the Netherlands. Plays for Porto at the moment. I've been scouting him. We've got... Whoa, they've actually gone ahead and replied, but no, it's 20 million or no million, mate. I think I just can't be bothered to replace players at the moment. They've accepted! Get in there. Barcelona have accepted, but at the moment I can't afford his contract. They've accepted for both players, in fact, both Jordi Alba and Gerard Piqué. Of course, I can't afford both. So that would be a shame. That's a shame, actually, because you're on the verge of getting both there, but 3 years, crucial first team player. That'd be awesome, honestly. Gerard Piqué in the club. I'm definitely putting crucial on him because he would definitely be crucial. And again, Jordi Alba is a player who I won't be needing anymore because although the Gerard Piqué deal is going through 32.5 million again, I don't like spending that much money on players, simple as. I like to keep it down in the 20 million area if I can. And Kolasinac has actually accepted his deal. It's still okay, I believe. We should still be okay. Costa does actually go out as well. And that means Kolasinac is how good? 75 rated. He's better than Costa, thank God for that. And he looks a lot better. Yeah, maybe not technically, attackively either, but his stand and slide tackle are very good, and he can play centre back. He's quite a tall left back, you know. Maybe that's why he's not very good skill attributes wise, but he's a very tall left back. He's got strength as one of his specialities, but sprint speed is also awesome. So the fact that he can play centre back and he's so fast, if we ever do need him to fill in at centre back, fair enough. Transfer offer for Dos Santos, they are only asking 13.5 million. I'm going to reject that offer. But in the end, Jordi Alba's accepted. I could add Jordi Alba to the squad, which would make no sense because we've just got a left back who is 7 ratings less, yes, but a bit younger, and you know he has that room to maybe get there in time to match Jordi Alba's rating. Plus, we are only still an average-ish club. Right, Gerard Piqué has accepted his contract. This is the big moment, baby. This is the big moment. I hate seeing money go. It's the worst thing ever to see money go. But 32 million would give us a Gerard Piqué. We sold Musacchio for 22 million or 21 million. So technically we are paying 11 million for Piqué. Of course, we only got 18 million of that. So technically we're paying 14 million for Piqué here. That's not that bad. I'm okay with that. I'm going to accept it. Because Piqué, it's self-explanatory. We've got goddamn Gerard Piqué. It's unbelievable that we're going... Because I always like to splash my cash on one big signing, and this is certainly it. I mean, we've had Costa in the squad, but this is something else. An 87 rated centre-back to slot into the squad. It's funny, actually, because the sub-centre-back is 71 rated. Actually, that's not very good, is it? God, maybe I should sort that out. But... You know, I'm really, really happy with that, because that's pretty much all I could ask for now. Imagine this without financial takeover. We would literally have no one. It would be so poor right now. It would have been a very poor transfer window. I wouldn't have been very happy with our signing. We'd be struggling for Champions League. I think this should get us into that big old Champions League spot. Our main priority now is wingers, and that's about it. Wingers and centre backs. Again, I've just bought an 87 rated centre-back, but wingers and centre-backs. Now, you're thinking, realism, Villarreal to join this team, that's just a load of bullshit. Well, yeah, it is. You know, when Villarreal get taken over in the very near future, who knows? Piqué might join Villarreal. Okay, that's a bit far-fetched. But, yeah, the transfers are a bit unrealistic sometimes. That's the way it is. I do try to keep realistic transfers. At the end of the day, if this career mode was unrealistic, then I'd have finished first last year. I finished 5th last year, 3 points above what Villarreal finished in real life. I mean, how much more realistic can you get? We've pretty much got all our transfers sorted pretty early on. This is our calendar, this is how it looks. So we've got Atalanta, we've got another friendly here against Nice. Then we've got a two-legged Community Shield, or as the Spanish people know it, the Supercopa España, or that's probably not the actual name of it. Actually, can't remember the actual name. Then we got Real Sociedad, first game Liga BBVA. Then Barcelona again. Then Eibar, the dreaded curse of Eibar. Hopefully, we can break that curse and beat them this time. Athletic Bilbao next month, along with Real Valladolid, is that how you say it? Or Valladolid. And then Valencia, another big game. Espanyol up next. Levante there, Real Madrid there, Osasuna there, then we've got Rayo Vallecano once more, Celta Vigo in November, along with Malaga. After that we have Sevilla, Elche and then Madrid, so that's a pretty difficult month. We are still to confirm the Spanish Cup fixtures, first fixtures in December. We play Tenerife, who I've got a soft spot for that side, and I can't wait for that game. That'll mean quite a lot to me actually. And then Getafe and Deportivo in between that. That is when we get to the next transfer window. So that's an overview of what's to come in the coming months.